Welcome to West Catholic Live, a show about all the cool things happening at West Catholic High School. I'm John Gonzalez, and of course, being joined by my good friend, your principal, Mr. Tony Fischer. Tony, how you doing?
I'm well. Hello, everybody. Good to be back.
Yeah.
In a new studio today. Holy moly, with a different background. It's kind of fun.
We should let people know that the studio is being kind of overrun by students taking a test.
Yes.
An important test.
Advanced placement tests are all this week and next week. So we have our students taking AP tests in the MAC, and so we can't disturb them.
No,
I want them to do well.
I tried, and I got the evil eye by whoever was watching the kids.
Yeah.
They said, get out of here.
Yeah.
Gonzo.
Former teacher, Mr. McGrady. He's protective of his students.
Yes, he is. Well, thank you very much for joining today's show. Don't forget, this is available as a podcast. Wherever you get your podcast, you can listen to the show anytime you want. You can listen to past episodes as well, because it's been a fun first season of West Catholic Live.
I've been enjoying it.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
It's been a good time. And also, if you want to, we would appreciate you sharing this video. Let people know that you're watching West Catholic Live, that you support the show. You can stream us live, obviously, here on Facebook or on YouTube, and let people know, let your friends know to join the fun here on West Catholic Live. We have a busy show because I believe it is Teacher Appreciation Week.
It is Teacher Appreciation Week. So we've been having lots of fun doing whatever we can to at least make sure teachers know that we're very thankful for all their efforts. So, and we might have a few videos of some people sharing their thoughts on who their favorite teachers were, right?
We're in the art room, and you can hear it quietly in the background.
Mrs. Naraki. I'm sure she's the favorite of many. So
she forgot her purse. I love it. So we did take over her art room, and but she's a very popular teacher, and a lot of people have been telling her that they appreciate her. Yep. Before we get to teacher appreciation, we also want to tell you that we have a little spotlight on our rugby team, because Catholic has a rugby team. We do have a rugby team. We've actually had a rugby team for quite some time now. And they are fun to watch, and they're having a good season. Having a great season. Rainey Renee will be here with our forecast for this weekend. Ooh, I'm excited for this year. This no kidding. We may have a did you know from Mr. Tony Fischer. We'll see. We'll find out about that. See. Cinco de Mayo is tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit about that. And then, of course, Cam Burns will be here. DJ Cammy B with the giveaway. Maybe. I don't know. People are picking up their giveaways, is what I'm hearing. They're not picking them up. So yeah, get those taken care of. We'll take care of that. But let's get a couple of things happening in the West Catholic community. Yesterday, here at school during Mass was a pretty special ceremony, Mr. Fischer. Definitely. And May is the month of Mary. And so we celebrate we celebrate Mary at the start of the month by doing our May crowning event, which we do following Mass. Wasn't quite nice enough to do it outside this year, but we still did it in the cafeteria right at the end of Mass. So. Yeah, it was a very inspiring moment to watch students go up there and crown Mary. Mm-hmm. I love the reverence that our students pay to her, and the community comes together every May. So this was my first one, and looking forward to many more. Summer is right around the corner. Of course, Rainey Renee will be telling us about that, and that means summer camps here at West Catholic. Yeah. Lots of good programming going on, not just sports. Obviously, we have a lot of sports camps going on, but there are other things you can do. So go ahead and check us out online, West Catholic, grwestcatholic.org, where you can then click the links to get to our summer camps and all the different opportunities. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm actually helping with the fine arts camp. So there you go. Come on by and we'll hang out. With Mrs. Naraki. That's right. With Mrs. Naraki. I'll be in this classroom. There you go. And a golf outing is coming up. But I didn't realize how big of a golf outing this is, because it's taking place on the last day of school. Is that right? Always. Tradition. I don't know. At least as far as I remember, it's always been that last day of school. So, and it is very full usually, right? So we have morning and an afternoon flight. And the afternoon flight's always packed. The morning, sometimes there's openings, but if you want to play, it's always a nice day. It's a great time. You better figure out how to get signed up real quick. June 10th, I believe, is the date. At the Mines. At the Mines. This year, new course. And one last thing we should mention, if you want to support our West Catholic Athletic Boosters, you can do that in the month of May at the local. Great food, great beverages, cool place to hang out. Every Thursday night, or every Thursday, right? If you bring in a flyer, which you can find out through social media or through your newsletter. Bring in the flyer, and you'll get 20% proceeds will go to the boosters.
Yeah. We're thankful to the local for that opportunity once again. And if you can, please use your night away to head over to the local and have something good to eat while supporting West Catholic.
All right, let's talk Teacher Appreciation Week. And Mr. Fisher, this first video, well, before we play the first video, hey, the bell's ringing.
Everybody can leave their Pomodoro.
Before we show the video, we should say we have a couple special guest hosts coming next, right after this video, who know a little bit about this school and have their own favorite teachers to tell us about.
Yeah, we do. Should we tell them now who those are, or
no,
we'll just surprise them when they come on in?
What's the surprise? First, let's play that video with Emily Lowell.
Who is my favorite teacher from when I was a student at West Catholic is such a hard question for me to answer because I had so many favorite teachers, so many wonderful teachers. Some I work with today. But I think my Teacher Appreciation Week shout out has to go to Mr. Mike Mulder, my biology and anatomy teacher. Mr. Mulder has this fantastic sense of humor that he brought with him to the classroom, so we laughed through class every day and made learning so much fun. And he had a great rapport and great relationship with all of his students, and then was crazy enough to take all of us out west for 2 weeks in the summer as he started the out west trip tradition. So that's something I think we all still really appreciate the opportunity to do that today. We'll still talk about it when we get together and at class reunions. So thank you, Mr. Mulder, and happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
All right. Thank you, Emily. We appreciate that. And I think a few of us even remember Mr. Mulder. I do for sure. And I had a great time in his class as well. Lots of memories from there too. So anyway, joining us live, as we said, special guest. Here we have who's been with us before, DJ Cammy B.
We live,
baby. We're live again. Yep. And Miss Natalie Scalabrino, who not only has joined us before, but is also the producer of the show, or one of the producers of the show. Let's go ahead and start off with ladies first. Natalie, want to share with us who might have been your favorite teacher?
I was trying so hard to think of who I wanted to talk about because there were just so many amazing teachers when I was at West Catholic, some of which are still here today. Mr. Nugent, he was really great in religion, making it, fun for all of us to come to class every day and learn new things about the Catholic faith. Miss G, she was one of my favorites because I was not a great math student. I did not like math. I had no interest in going, but every single day in her room was fun, which is, I think, a mark of a truly great teacher when you can take a subject that, might not be everyone's favorite and turn it into something entertaining and exciting. So those are just a couple. I could go on for days, to be honest. I had such a great lineup of teachers during my time at West Catholic, including Mr. Fischer.
Thank you. Yeah. Yep. I was here when you were a student, and you are right. It is hard. We've had some real rock stars. I know before the show we were talking, and you mentioned the English department because there were some really great teachers in the English department as well. But definitely. You can't go wrong with Miss Gombiaski, Miss G as a caller, and Mr. Nugent, who always has some classic one-liners, right?
Definitely.
How about you, Cam? You spent 4 years here. What do you think?
Man,
I know it's a hard
Pressure's
question.
Such a hard question, right? Obviously, a ton of awesome teachers here. I got to give it up for Mrs. Krause. She's no longer here, but one of my favorite teachers. I also think I was probably one of her favorite students, believe it or not. But then
she didn't have favorites.
That's what all teachers say, but
they do.
When you're the favorite, but then I would have to give my props to my man, Principal T, my Principal T. You feel me? So Tony Fischer here, definitely one of my favorite. I had him for health my freshman year. Not really acclimated to the West Catholic culture. I came from a charter school, and then he helped me tons just getting acclimated to the school. Me being a freshman at the school was pretty awesome. So he spent a lot of extra time with me. Like I said, we talked basketball, everything. Like I said, we could have our show just talking about our relationship, to be honest. But it's been super awesome having him in the classroom as well. So
I appreciate that, Cam. It's very nice. Hey, folks, if you want to throw a shout out, by the way, to a teacher, if you're a West Catholic alum and you want to send a shout out, feel free to throw it out in the comments. I think that's okay, isn't it?
Yeah, no, for sure. A lot of
let us
our
know
former
your thoughts
teachers.
about all of our current and former teachers. So
yeah, they watch the show. So get in the comments, let them know. They might see it.
yeah. Speaking of, we have a few videos here to show you from some West Catholic alums who are going to think back to when they were in school and they were they had favorite teachers. So let's go ahead and hit this first video.
Hi, I'd like to let you know who my favorite teacher was. Jerry Wasorick. I graduated in the class of 1971. My maiden name was Olenichuk, and my favorite teacher was a woman by the name of Pat Pavlinik. She was my speech teacher. She ended up marrying Rich Seablack. I liked her because she got me over my fear of public speaking. I ended up being a speech teacher. So Pat, I still see her once in a while, and I always remember and I always try to tell her that she was my favorite teacher. So I love you, Pat. Thanks for helping me through my high school years.
Hi, this is Joe Phelan, graduated from West Catholic back in 2008. Right now, I'm back here teaching science classes, anatomy and integrated science, and it's Teacher Appreciation Week, so we wanted to acknowledge some of our past teachers that inspired me, and my favorite teacher here was Miss G. She pushed me to be a better student and held me accountable, which I needed at that point in my life.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Phelan, Mrs. Wasorick. We got more videos. How about we go to video number 1?
So it's Teacher Appreciation Week, and I was just thinking back to when I went to high school here. I graduated in 1982, and my favorite teacher was Mr. Mulder. He taught biology. I've always liked science anyway, but I'm not good with like blood and stuff, so I was in tears most of the time I had to dissect the worm, especially when we did the one that was under ether, so you could see its little tiny heart beating. It was a really horrific experience for me, but he was so kind, and he was always telling jokes and teasing kids and making us really want to learn what he was teaching. So he was my favorite teacher.
Good morning, James Arsolowitz. I am the facilities director here at West Catholic and graduated in 1975, and my favorite teacher was Coach Meisner. That's an easy one. Coach has not only taught you about your studies, but he actually taught you more about life in general and what it means to be a good person and do the right thing.
And that's why you've been coaching all these years?
Yes, sir.
How many years now?
40. This is my 46th year.
Wow. Thank you, Mrs. Naraki and Coach Arsolowitz, for your sharing there. I think a lot of people would probably offer Coach Meisner, and we already heard a couple Mr. Mulder. So they obviously were impactful on many kids. How about final video number 3?
Hi, Phil Dulce, Director of Campus Ministry. I graduated from West Catholic in 1999. And some of my favorite teachers, or some of the teachers that impacted me the most. The first one comes to mind is Rita. Who would have thought while I was learning to type on a typewriter that the world would turn into keyboards and emails and all that kind of stuff. So thank you, Miss T, for teaching me how to type. I'd also like Miss G. She taught with so much kindness and love that it just wanted to help me to learn math. Mr. McGrady just helped nurture my love for business. Just some of the teachers that come to mind as I think about the teachers at West Catholic and how they've impacted me.
What about Mr. Nugent?
Mr. Nugent, I just want to say Mr. Nugent he taught with passion, and he communicates really well, and he also let me go to the bathroom all the time. So thank you, Mr. Nugent.
Hi, my name is Tim Naraki. I am a 1989 West Catholic graduate. Let's see here. I teach physics, engineering, astronomy, analysis. I've taught integrated science. I teach all kinds of different things here at West Catholic High School. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. My favorite teachers back in high school, I have to say we're Mr. Cohane and Mrs. Farrer. Mr. Cohane taught me math in my junior and senior years of high school, and Mrs. Farrer was my physics teacher in high school, and ironically, I teach math and physics, so go figure.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Dulce, Mr. Naraki. Obviously, a whole bunch of wonderful people have graced these halls and impacted many students. So happy Teacher Appreciation Week to all of our wonderful teachers, current and past, and even future teachers who may be even wandering our halls right now. All right. Moving forward, we've got a sports update. We got Associate Athletic Director Cam Burns again, like we said. So we can hit a sports update maybe, and maybe there's one more giveaway.
Yeah, maybe. Depends on how we get here. But for our sports update, I got a chance to actually talk to our track team, our boys track field events. And they're doing incredible right now. We got Kyle Kloska and Tommy Bearden, both top 3 in the region. We got Andrew McAllery, who is also number 2 in the region in long jump. And then our first time high jumper, he was on the basketball team. So, he's probably a little springy. Mike Morris, he's actually number 2 in the region as well. Nice. In high jump. So, clap it up behind the scenes over there if you're seeing it for those guys. I'll definitely touch base with the girls team next week. But in regards of our giveaway, please, if you have won, come pick up your gift, please. Otherwise, I'm making a threat right now. We won't have this anymore. We'll figure something out. But
with that threatening face, huh?
Yeah.
You're like just
it's my serious face, Tommy. But for this week's giveaway, we do have a $25 gift card to the Spirit Store. I'm getting lonely down there. I need someone to come and visit me, please. So $25 gift card. Please comment Cam's giveaway, and then we'll draw a winner.
Perfect. Yeah. Please make sure that you jump in the comments and say you want Cam's giveaway. $25 to the Spirit Store is pretty good as far as the gift card goes. You can get that one thing you might want before the end of the year or even heading into next year. Did we have a winner last week?
We did. We have Lana Conklin is the winner. Wow. So Lana, come get the gift, please.
You have a nice little tumbler to pick up in the main office. Be sure to grab it before one of us does.
Yep. For sure. All right, Cam, thank you so much. We also have a rugby team, right? And we have what appears to be a video of Coach Bodwin and some of the rugby guys and see what rugby's all about. We got a chance to catch up with them. So let's go to that video.
What do you want people to know about rugby, the sport of rugby?
I'd like them to know how much fun that the game brings, not just on the field, but off the field. There's a social aspect of it. When we play a game and get done, we also host the other team. If it's a home game, home match, we feed them, sit down and talk about the game. And it's one of those things that if you're a rugby player and you go anywhere pretty much in the world where there's a rugby team, you can make new friends, and they'll pretty much accept you in just because of the fact that you play rugby.
It's a physical game, though, right?
Correct. It is a game. Unlike football, where you have 11 guys hitting 11 guys on every play, rugby is a game where you can only hit people if they have the ball. There's no blocking. So from a safety standpoint and a contact standpoint, while it appears very violent, the violence is minimal if you look at it in that regard. It has certain injuries. You have fewer injuries, knee injuries like you do in basketball, while you have soft tissue injuries like your nose and eyes. You really don't see
your nose and your eyes?
Yeah, you get a black eye, bloody nose. You don't see the type of, even in soccer has more concussions than what rugby does.
All right. Thanks a lot.
There you go. Soft tissue injuries. Watch out for those, Mr. Fischer.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't use the word like contusions or what's more medical term. But Mr. Bardo, he always good for some good vocabulary for sure.
I love talking to him. You also caught up with a couple players to ask them about their thoughts of the game. So let's go to that video right now.
I'm Josh.
I'm August. We're part of the Catholic rugby team.
Probably the biggest misconception about rugby is that it's brutal, or like you're gonna get hurt. But like most of the time, because it's safe, you keep low tackles, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Mm-hmm. August, what is that you have in your hand?
It is a rugby ball. And the main thing about this is not football. You can't just throw it forward. You have to pass it backwards, and we pass with two hands.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you don't throw it like a football player?
Definitely not, no.
Okay. Mm-mm. And what about you? You're new to the sport, August?
I love it. It's great.
What do you love the most about it?
The tackles. Yeah.
You get the tackle.
Yeah.
And Josh, what do you love about it?
Offense, for sure.
Yeah.
Just like just being on offense is fun.
Yeah. So what are common scores? Like 10-0, 10-7?
It ranges. Like one of our first games, it was like 5-27, and then, but I've seen professional games where it's been like 50-50.
Really?
Yeah.
How many players do you have on your team that play on the field at the same time?
15 on both, or 15 on one team at once.
30 total.
Yeah.
30 total?
Yeah.
And when you score, how many points do you get?
5, and
After
then...
that, yeah, 5. And then you can get 2 points from the kick.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Who can explain a scrum to me? Because I've heard that term before.
Basically, after a knockdown, which is when you hit the ball forward, like someone passes it to you, you hit it, and it goes forward. You contest for the ball in a scrum down, which is basically the team who has the ball, put it under, and then the two teams contest in a scrum to push the ball back and forth. Whoever gets the ball has the ball.
Yeah. And then extra points you can get, right?
Mm-hmm. 2 points.
2 points, extra point. You always have to go for 2?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there's any other way to do it.
Are there any trick plays or any plays that you do?
There's like some back plays where they just run different lines, or like, I guess where you could, like loops are, I guess, a kind of trick play.
Cool. One last question. What's Mr. Bowden like as a coach?
It's great.
Yeah, it's good.
It's great.
He's a great coach.
Mm-hmm.
All right, last thing. People that have never played before, how would you encourage them to come out and play rugby?
Come to a practice and watch how fun it is.
Yeah.
It is so fun.
Great community, too.
Facts.
Great people.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yep.
Cool.
So would you agree, Mr. Fischer? It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. I heard that a couple different times. But
yeah. You played a little bit.
I did. I participated a little bit on the club team when I was in college, and I would agree with those guys. It is a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. In fact, we have some clips here. I think we'll show them, and maybe Mr. Fischer, you can give some play-by-play and let people know out there what's happening. Since the kickoff?
Kickoff, I believe. Yeah, here we go.
So this is the Catholic team. We co-op with Catholic Central.
Yep, we got some Catholic Central. Looks like maybe the ball went forward. No.
So we're the blue team.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, you got to pass the ball backward like they were talking about. You go forward and then
forward. If you fall down, you gotta kind of cradle over the ball, and one of your teammates has to come and scoop it from you, and then they can start a new attack.
This is against Kentwood, and we did win this game. There you go. This is a good view of this. Oh, here you go, right?
Scrum.
There's a scrum.
Yep. So they're going to roll the ball in from the side, and you're just going to use that brute force to try to get that ball to. No, they didn't get it.
We didn't get it. No.
All right. It still seemed to be moving in our direction, though, right towards our goal.
Is this another scrum?
Yep.
I like how they interlock the arms, right?
There we go. These guys have to go around.
Here we go. We're in action. I mean, there are no shoulder pads, no knee pads, no arm guards.
No, and I remember a lot of guys wearing headgear like you see wrestlers wear when I was in college. I don't see that on any of our guys, but I do remember that being the case.
Yeah. Well, I think it'd be a lot of fun. I've never been to a match or a game or whatever they call it, but I'd love to go see it in action.
Yeah. And now that the weather's nice too. They're actually in Traverse City tonight, so good luck to the rugby team.
That's
on the way there. So
on the way.
Good luck. They're going up to play Traverse City.
All right. Speaking of the weather, I think it's time for Rainy Renee with the forecast.
Hey, West Catholic Live, it's Rainy Renee. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. Shout out to Mrs. Hathaway, my favorite teacher at West. And the weather seems to be warming up a bit. It's really beautiful out right now. And tomorrow will also be partly cloudy and temperatures in the 60s. That's exciting. And Friday we might see some rain though, and temperatures in the high 50s. And over the weekend we'll have partly cloudy skies and temperatures in the 60s. That's your weekly weather report. Back to the studio. Wait, I mean art room.
She's getting good at it, becoming more natural, huh?
I told her to meet me down here in the art room because the Mac was being used by the testing, and she's like, the art room?
Where is that?
Okay. And we shot the video just outside where the buses are at. So
nice.
she's getting good. And thank you, Rainy Renee, for
Absolutely.
this weather.
Yep. And shout out to Mrs. Hathaway.
Yeah,
too.
she got a shout out. So, all right. So this is the moment, Mr. Fischer. You are in charge of the show. We can do a Did You Know?
Did you know?
Or we can go right into Cinco de Mayo. What do you want to do?
I think we could do a Did You Know real quick.
All right, let's do.
Yeah, that's why I just asked that question. Right?
Did you know?
Yeah, for sure. So West Catholic is in the midst of taking advanced placement tests, or AP tests, as we said. And did you know West Catholic offers 19 different advanced placement courses? That's a lot of opportunities to do some high-level learning as well as get college credits while taking high school courses.
Yeah, I love these AP classes because that's exactly it. You get a head start on college, and you get a taste of what it's like.
Yep.
And I think it gives the students confidence.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can handle this workload.
Definitely.
I can do this, and it helps them out in the long run. So
it sure does in many different ways. And we have them in almost every content area. So whatever your passion is, you have an opportunity to take an advanced placement course. So.
All right. Well, today is May 4th, which is, of course, May the 4th be with you. Everyone knows about that. But tomorrow is another big day in pop culture world, and it's Cinco de Mayo Day. And I think a lot of people don't understand what Cinco de Mayo is all about. So we're going to have some of our Spanish students interview their teacher about Cinco de Mayo, and then we'll clarify things because, well, if you speak Spanish, you might be okay with this next segment. Here we go.
Hola, me llamo Sofía Michalowicz. ¿El Cinco de Mayo es el Día de Independencia?
No, no es el Día de Independencia, es un Día de Independencia de Francia.
Hola, me llamo Santiago Mejía y tengo una pregunta para mi maestra. ¿Quién celebra el 5 de mayo?
Muchas personas se celebran, pero las personas en Puebla, México, y también la Ciudad de México, México DF, y algunas personas en los Estados Unidos.
Do you remember your Spanish class?
Very little, right? Like I think in the first segment or first question had to do with their Independence Day. Is that right?
That's right. So the misconception, at least here in the United States, with non-Spanish speakers or Mexican speakers, is that it commemorates a battle, not independence. So it's a battle from 1862 where the Mexican forces defeated the French forces, and that battle was in the Battle of Puebla, Mexico. So it's not Mexican Independence Day. That is in September, on September 16th.
Okay.
So there's a lot of misconception there. And the other part of it too was like, where do they celebrate? Believe it or not, most Mexicans don't celebrate in Cinco de Mayo. It just happens in Puebla or in Mexico City. Actually, the most people around the world celebrate it in the U.S.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of Hallmark holidays too, right? So, I mean, we just find every reason possible to celebrate, I guess, in the United States.
That's right. So we should just call them May 6th, the day after party.
The day after, for sure. And what would it be? Días de Septiembre.
Yeah.
That's Independence Day.
Close enough. Okay. We'll take it. We'll take it. Well, that is it for our show this week, Mr. Fischer.
Thank you again for hosting, Mr. Gonzalez.
Yeah.
I had a great time. Have a wonderful rest of the week, everybody. Enjoy the warm weather that's coming our way.
That's right. Be safe out there, and we'll see you next week on West Catholic Live.